Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League, episode 13, going over week 13 as well. And let me tell you, was it an exciting week?
Very
exciting. A lot of crazy stuff, shakeups. Having the doubleheader week the week before the playoffs is just amazing.
Creates chaos.
Madness. There's looting in the streets, I heard. Babies were screaming. It was nuts. Let's start off this week by looking at...
Whoa.
Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you who we are.
Who are you?
I'm Mike.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Look, man.
It's like you're distracted. Does Fansville mean nothing to you anymore?
No, it means a lot to me. I'm just not any good at it. Anyway, with me, as always, is the commish, Clyde Brandon Waters. And with us, almost always, the stat man, Petey Cunningham.
And who are you?
I'm Mike.
Oh, okay.
I said that already.
I missed that part.
Pay attention. What were we talking about? All right, the matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
This last week's matchup of the week was the Niners versus the Pimps. Statman, break it down.
Coming into this week, we had the leader in Division 1A versus the leader in Division Andy Dufresne.
So glad, by the way, we're almost done with these stupid division names.
So, people at work today start talking about Andy Dufresne. I was telling them about our division names. They just stared at me. I got no response. Literally got no response. Anyways.
They were so in awe of what you were telling them. Relating Andy Dufresne to fantasy football. Anyway, we had our two leaders, two best records coming into this week. They were tied in record. Winner of this one, good chance they were going to be the 1 seed. Let's look at this matchup. 69ers. Solid performances by Carson Palmer, Matt Forte, Antonio Brown. Been on fire lately.
Fire. He got fined today, though, for his goalpost dance.
His little jumping.
Like 11 G's.
Anyways.
I mean, wouldn't your man region not like that? I mean, I'm sure he's wearing, some protection down there, but...
You'd hope.
Anyway, 20 points from the defense for the 69ers. 152 points. That wins you the game most times.
Most times.
But not this time.
Not
the
this
Scarlet
week.
Pimps, Aaron Rodgers, Javorius Allen. 35 points from Javorius Allen. I think he was the third highest scoring player.
He goes by Buck. Buck Allen.
Buck Allen.
Yep.
Buck
Allen.
Allen.
But nice to draft him for a buck. But
I did draft him for a buck, and then I dropped him.
I was searching for Buck Allen on the waiver wire. I didn't realize his name wasn't Buck Allen.
Yeah. Javorius.
Javorius. Nickname's Buck.
I even texted the owner
I was searching for by Buck.
I had even texted the owner of the Pimps when I saw that she had him after Justin Forsett went out. I said, I can't believe you got Buck Allen. And she texted back and said, who are you talking about?
Gosh. Is Bryce still playing her lineup?
No, Bryce has nothing to do with it.
Is she really aware of what's going on with this team?
She is.
Does she get an asterisk if she wins the championship?
For what?
Because she didn't draft the team.
I don't know, but all I gotta say is the NFL couldn't even script a league better than we've scripted one this season.
Yes.
So much drama, so much controversy, and how about this? The number one team from each division, two best records, meet head-to-head for the first time last game of the season.
It's so awesome. So epic.
Epic.
Love it. Scarlet Pimps. It came down to Monday Night Football at Dan Bailey. versus Des Bryant there on Monday Night Football against the Washington Redskins. And Dan Bailey kicks home the winner. Scarlet Pimps takes him down. He's now the 1 seed.
The number 1
Number
seed.
1.
This
That
is
makes
now
the 69ers number 2.
69ers now the 2 seed.
The 2 seed.
And this is now the 3rd straight year that Cunningham has been the 1 seed. A Cunningham family member, I should say.
That's right.
Because she's now
It's
a
not
Cummings.
a Cunningham anymore. It's now
Do you
Cummings.
think now that she's changed her last name to Cummings, she might actually be able to win the whole thing since Cunningham's not won it?
This is an interesting thought. This is an interesting thought.
Anyway, other interesting matchups of last week. Statman, if you could, why don't you break down, with the assist of the commissioner, your guys' matchup? Los Pandas Desnudo versus Wayne Enterprises.
Well, looking at the scores, it doesn't seem like it was like a close matchup. Nothing really crazy. It was a pretty typical matchup, I feel like, for our league. Los Pandas Desnudos came by with a win, putting up 137.24 points. Wayne Enterprises broke the century mark, getting 104.28 points. The reason this game is crazy is we were neck to neck there for a while. You took off early lead, and then I kind of came back, and then we were like neck to neck, and then finally I pulled away. And what's crazy is with this win over you, and then I won my other matchup for the doubleheader in this week. You lost your other matchup for the doubleheader this week. We finished with the same record, 9-7.
Yep. Along with Hernandez's pistol offense.
Along with Hernandez pistol offense.
Who has ended the year on a 4-game losing streak.
Who ended the year on a 4-game losing streak.
I know what that's like.
But when you then go through the standings and break it down with the head-to-head tiebreakers, I beat you this week. And Hernandez pistol offense beat you this season.
It was a rough year for Wayne Enterprises.
You might not have made the playoffs, but you did get a lucky lady.
Wow. That's true.
There you go,
Gotta
man.
look on the bright side. Gotta look on the bright side. It's not all about fantasy football. Even though 2 of us in here are a little depressed about fantasy football at the moment.
It's all right. Let's take a look at one more matchup from last week. Let's take a look at the Acid Kickers versus the newly named Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. Hoffs.
Playoffs.
Hoffs.
Playoffs. Woo.
Statman, talk about it.
This was an epic matchup this week. Loved it. FCS the Kickers. Went with the 0-player strategy, but probably not the best week to use the 0-player strategy when you're going up against somebody who puts up over 210 points. FCS Kickers puts up 198, so getting 13 out of a kicker might have been a stretch. But still, this is 2 of the top 10 scores in the Big Dynasty League of all time that faced each other this week. FCS Kickers, luckily for them, well, unluckily for them, they still wouldn't have made the playoffs even if they got the win.
Yeah. Even if they won both their games this week, they would not have made the playoffs.
Still would not have made the playoffs. But,
a good run, though. They finished strong, and as I've been saying all season, this is a team to look out for. Look at the points this team put up. All their players in double digits except for the kicker who didn't start.
yep.
Most of them over 20 points. Who would have thought Blake Bortles would be putting up 40-point games?
I know. Blake Bortles tearing it up.
Not this guy.
TJ Yeldon putting up 23. Got Odell for cheap. Gonna have him for 3 or 4 more years. Calvin Johnson. Sammy Watkins.
Lots of young talent on this team.
Yep. Bright future for FCS Kickers. They can make some playoff noise next year.
And on the playoff side, well, it was a commanding win, 210 points. They're making a statement going into the playoffs with that.
Oh, yes.
The statement also in their name.
Yes.
But also, I will send out a fair warning to playoffs. 2 years ago, the inaugural year, Wayne Enterprises put up 212 points in Week 13, and then came out and laid a stinker. Wasn't a goose egg, it wasn't a 0, but laid a stinker in the playoffs. So, I'm just saying, the Week 13 doing well is great, but you gotta watch yourself for the playoffs. And already they've
You're thinking he might have gone off too early.
might have gone off too early.
Gone off too early.
Anyway.
Still got jokes. Already lost Mark Ingram for the rest of the year. Blow right there. But David Johnson looking good now in Arizona. Russell Wilson been playing out of his mind. Jeremy Maclin doing well. Brandon Marshall catching passes like crazy. So this team still got potential. I'm just saying. Been there, done that on scoring high in Week 13 and then bowing out early in the playoffs. And that year I lost to this team, which I believe their name at that time was Get Off Me.
Get off me!
Get off me!
I remember them. Get off me!
It was the old school. Old school. Throwing it back.
Old school.
All right, let's move on here to our awards of the week. Starting off every week that we do every year and every game and every season with the Milk Dud of the week. This one brought to you by Milk Duds. Made by Hershey. The candy that just gets stuck in your teeth. Dud of a player who just makes you want to vomit. This week goes to none other than Phillip Rivers, the quarterback for the Bourbon Barons, owned by me, Mike. I hate you, Phillip Rivers. I had your back all year last year, all year this year. Nah, he's Phillip Rivers. He's a cool guy. He really likes. He's good. He's passionate. Had your back, and you screwed me over time and time again this year, sir. And I shall invite you to free agency because you're not getting paid by me anymore.
This is now 2 of the last 3 weeks that Phillip Rivers has scored negative points.
Yeah. Apparently he's forgotten the point is to score positive points.
How's that even...
This isn't golf, Phillip Rivers.
How's that even possible?
Crying Rivers. When I'm done with you.
2 pick sixes. Who do you think he is, Peyton Manning? Anyway, moving on.
All right, next up, we got the Ram Pickup of the Week. Brought to you by Ram Pickup Trucks. Made by Ram for Rams with Rams in mind.
Sold by Ram.
Sold by Ram dealers. And they will haul lots of Rams if you put them in the back of it.
Driven by the commish.
Driven by the commish?
Yes.
And
So
since
true.
the commish drives one commish, who is getting this award this week?
This week, the Ram Pickup of the Week goes to Marcus Wheaton.
Owned by Calvin who?
By Calvin who?
Who?
Who? 14 points for Marcus Wheaton this week.
3 catches, 50 yards, touchdown coming off of his, I think he had like a 35-point performance the previous week. So
Definitely proven to be another favorite target for Big Ben there in Steeler City.
And Calvin who heading into the playoffs. Nice to have another receiver now stepping up. Looks like they can provide a spark.
Exactly. Calvin who?
Who?
Draft day. Who whined a lot.
Who?
Complained, whined, thought his draft was horrible.
He's in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. It's right.
I think I make monkey noises like that guy on Fox.
What was that guy's name?
One of the old white guys.
One of the old white guys.
Anyway, next up.
Do you do the dap at all, Petey?
No, I don't know what's going on.
So
Cam Newton's dap.
Oh,
his dance.
I have no idea what it is.
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
He was teaching people.
next
It'll
up.
be gone in 5 seconds.
Next award up we have is the the Whopper, the Burger King Whopper Whoopin' of the Week.
We struggle with this one every week.
There we
like
go.
We don't have it written down what it is.
It just says biggest whoopin'. We don't have anything Burger King or
That's the
anything.
joke.
Really need to work on our sponsorship.
Playoffs versus Hernandez Pistol Offense. Beating Hernandez Pistol Offense. And the miserable amount of points they put up by 87 points.
It was bad. It was bad. Hernandez Pistol Offense even scored 123. Not like they had a bad week. They had 45 points from Cam, the Dapper Newton. 26 from Doug Baldwin, but negative from a kicker, which is really, really hard to do. But it is possible this year now with the new rules.
It is.
So, negative points from the kicker, 0 from Travis Benjamin. Hernandez Pistol Offense gets the loss. Gets whooped. And but they're still in the playoffs. So, could be worse for
Could be
Hernandez
worse.
Pistol Offense. They've now made the playoffs all 3 years of the Big Dynasty League. So,
Yep.
Man, all right. Next up, we got the Resurrected Team of the Week brought to you by Lazarus Department Stores. This one's going out to the Scarlet Pimps. How did they earn this one, Commish?
Well, they had a 47-point improvement this week. And
they went from a loss.
Yeah, they went from a loss to 2-0, and they clinched the number 1 seed with their 2 wins this week.
Clinched it like a gassy man in a church. Next up, we have the Poopery Team of the Week. This goes to the poopiest team, the team that just stunk and couldn't score more points than anyone else. And this week it goes to who? Statman?
This week it goes to Wolfgang United. 3 players in double digits this week. Only one of those was even over 11 points. That was the quarterback, Matt Stafford, with 19.5. Overall, just rough week. T.Y. Hilton, 6.6. Emmanuel Sanders, 5.4. Giovanni Bernard, 4.5. Just rough week for Wolfgang United.
Whoa. All right, next up, we have the Breakout Player of the Week brought to you by Proactive. If you don't want to break out like this player did, use Proactive. Commish, who's winning this one?
This one goes to James White on Wayne Enterprises. Had a 27.9 point performance this week on that pickup.
Not too bad. It didn't mean...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Time for us to look over the playoff bracket. Playoffs. Now we're gonna move the Statman's head and put it on the TV. We need a bigger studio. It's important to know real quick. This is why we're going over it. There is a bug in the You can put your head up for a minute.
Yeah, Statman might. Yeah.
There's a bug in the My Fantasy League software that makes the bracket a little screwy. So we understand that some of these seed actual numbers next to your names might not be 100% accurate, but the matchups are accurate. So they have an issue. Hopefully they'll fix it for next year, but this was their recommended way to fix it. So basically we swapped the 3 and 4 seed and the 5 and 6. If I'm getting this math correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Due to the way the brackets are laid out with the bug in the software. So we understand that these people are not actually the 5 and 6, and they're the 3 and 4. And the 3 and 4 are actually the 5 and 6. So we don't need copies of the Constitution emailed around. We don't need anything like that. If you do have questions, though, seriously, though, no joke. Let us know if it's confusing. But this is where we're at. So we have up top, right here, a name that I can't read because the font's too small.
Hernandez Pistol Offense. And they're playing... Calvin who? Yeah, so... Again, the seed numbers may not look correct, but Hernandez Pistol Offense is the 5th seed. Calvin Who is the 4th seed this year.
And then we got this guy right here.
You playing the bottom one or the top?
The top one.
Oh, Los Pandas Desnudos.
Los Pandas Desnudo. Owned by the Commish. Playing...
Playoffs. And again, playoffs are the 3rd seed. And Los Pandas Desnudos is the 6th seed.
And so whoever wins this one right here will go on to play
the Scarlet Pimps.
And then whoever wins this one will go on to play the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. All right, let's go ahead and put your head up. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Like I said, if you have questions, you can tweet at us at Big Dynasty. Email us, Facebook us, call us, text us. Morse code, smoke signals, semaphore, that's where you use the flags. I'm familiar with that. I can do that. Sign language, none of us know that, though. In Spanish, no.
So, in Eagle Scouts, they don't teach you sign language or Spanish, but they teach you how to speak with flags.
Yeah, semaphore. So if you're in the woods and you're on one mountain and the other guy's on the other mountain, you can talk because of the flag angles and the colors.
Okay. I like it.
That's good to know.
Let's.
You think they're going to see this on my hand? I can't do sign language. I can't go, hey, Capitan!
So here, again to recap, Number 1 seed, Scarlet Pimps, finishing at 13-3. Number 2 seed, the Niners, finishing 12-4. They each won their division and earned first-round byes. Playoffs, 3rd seed, finishing 10-6. Calvin Hu, 4th seed, finishing 10-6. In their matchup of playoff versus Calvin Hu, playoffs had the win, thus breaking their tie. Hernandez Pistol Offense, 9-7 with the 5th seed. Los Panas Desnudos, 9-7 with the 6th seed. Hernandez Pistol Offense with the tiebreaker in the head-to-head there as well. Then we move into the seeding for our Toilet Bowl.
Toilet Bowl.
And remember, the Toilet Bowl does matter this year, as the winner of the Toilet Bowl gets the first pick on our college draft next season. Yes. And the number 1 seed is Wayne Enterprises. Number 2 seed is
now been a 1 seed 3 straight years. Has Wayne Enterprises. So
go.
Toilet Bowl and the real bowl.
When you're good, you're good.
And then Acid Kickers finishing 7-9. Wolfgang Unite, the 3rd seed in the Toilet Bowl. Victoria's Secret finishing 5-11. Wolfgang United, the 4th seed, finishing 5-11. Victoria's Secret and Wolfgang United split their head-to-head matchups, so they are tied head-to-head. So you have to go and go to points score there, and Victoria's Secret had more points than Wolfgang United.
So much math.
By almost 200 points. 5th seed in the Toilet Bowl is the Ricky Bobby team, finishing 4-12. And the 6th seed is the Bourbon Barons, finishing 3-13.
Dead last, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all right. I was dead last in the Toilet Bowl last year, and I won the Toilet Bowl last year.
There you go.
And he's in the playoffs this year.
And I'm in the playoffs this year.
There is hope.
There is hope.
All right. Well, let's get on with it. Let's go ahead and do our picks for this week.
All right.
All right. Let's take. Oh, should we announce who won the fantasy pool pick for the year?
Yeah. Yes, we should.
Congratulations, San Francisco 69ers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sex joke for winning the playoff pool pick. And what is it? $50?
$50.
$50. That will be paid out to you sometime.
$50.
All right.
They won 57 of a possible 96 picks.
That's like, what, a D?
That's like 60% average, yeah.
Yeah, all you need is a D and you would get $50. If you guys would have put your picks in. Some of you didn't ever do it. Anyway, let's look at our, let's make our picks for the playoffs this week. We got Hernandez Pistol Offense versus Calvin. Who?
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 Statman. Break it down.
All-time series record in this matchup is 2-2.
Very. That's the same number.
It's the same number, same amount of wins for each side. That's what that means. Hernandez Pistol Offense entering on a 4-game losing streak. Calvin Hu coming off I believe they just won both of their matchups last week. No, they just won. They won 1-1. I don't remember.
They won.
No, they won both.
Yeah, they won both.
They won both. Now
they
the
won
3 seed.
way more recently than Hernandez Pistol Offense.
Yes.
We know.
Yes, there are babies that are almost a month old that haven't seen a Hernandez Pistol Offense win. It's crazy to think about.
Oh, those poor babies.
Poor babies. They don't even know it though. They don't even know it. Calvin Hu, an early 12.5 point favorite in this one. I'm liking Calvin Hu to take the win here. Hernandez Pistol Offense. And they got Cam, the Dapper Newton. They got LaShawn McCoy. But the X factor in this one, I'm going to say it, is Travis Benjamin catching passes from Johnny Football up there in Cleveland. Josh McCown sucked. Austin Davis sucked.
Johnny Football sucks.
Johnny Football has a shot. Rejuvenating. I'm going to say it. If Hernandez Pistol Offense gets over 20 points from Travis Benjamin, he gets the win.
You still went with Calvin Hu.
I'm going with Calvin Hu.
Official pick.
He's going to get 19.9.
All right. Kamish, who are you going with?
I'm going to take Calvin Hu in this. Andy Dalton is a solid QB start. Todd Gurley's had a rough couple weeks, but I think he's about ready to bounce back. And then with A.J. Green and hopefully Tyler Eifert back soon, I don't know. Is he going to play this week? Is he not? But if Tyler Eifert can come back this week, I think Calvin Hu is going to have a big
He did
chance.
practice today.
I think Calvin Hu is winning this game.
I'm going with Calvin Who as well because he's my brother. And that's the type of loyalty you get when you're family to this guy.
I'm going to press the remix button. I'm going Hernandez pistol offense to get the win. Changing it up. Hernandez pistol offense. They've been sandbagging. Just ready for the playoffs. Just kind of, just whatever.
What?
Hernandez pistol offense is going to get the win. And Travis Benjamin's going to go over 20 points.
This is
Boom.
crazy. This is crazy. This is the first time in the history of Inside the BDL where we've had someone change their pick after we locked them in like this.
Yep.
This is nuts.
I'm changing it.
Next up, we got Los Pandas Desnudo versus Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Statman, do you have good news for the commish and co-host of Inside the Big Dynasty League?
I have good news for the commish. They're only 2-point underdogs.
Only 2-point underdog going
in this one. But this site has loved my team all year, and my team sucked. So I'm just telling you that don't pay any attention to it.
I'm aware.
Yes,
I'm
their
aware.
projections are total. Yeah, anyway, good matchup here between these two teams. Playoffs coming off that big performance, and like I said, beware of the playoff letdown after going off a little too early in the regular season.
Got all excited. Just boom.
I'm feeling the underdogs right now. I'm feeling a Los Pandas Desnudos win in this one.
Snap!
Mark,
Statman is 2 for 2 on changing his picks from previously discussed picks. This is nuts.
Madness going on.
Commish,
Going on.
who you taking?
I'm taking me, myself, me.
I'm taking you as well, baby. Sweep that one too. This is the craziness. This craziness.
All right.
Up is down. Down is up.
Got Ricky Bobby at Wolfgang United. And the Toilet Bowl. 2-2 all time for this series between these two teams.
Yeah. Wolfgang United coming off a dreadful performance last week, to just put it in real terms. It was dreadful.
A poo-poo team of the week worthy performance.
Yeah. Feel like they can't possibly be that bad again. But the Ricky Bobby team has been starting Justin Forsett. They're not even playing.
I know.
They've consistently been starting him.
I don't know what to think about this matchup. I don't like some of the matchups that Wolfgang United has for some of their players. But I don't think I picked Ricky Bobby team all year to win a match.
Who you going with?
I'm going with the Ricky Bobby team. In an upset.
He's changing him again!
In an upset.
It's like we didn't even discuss this previously. Commish, who are you going with?
Up is down, down is up.
Yeah, I'm taking Wolfgang United.
All right, I'm taking Wolfgang United as well. Last matchup, we got the Bourbon Barons versus Victoria's Secret. Commish, who you taking?
Well, I think I'm going Victoria's Secret in this one, assuming Eli Manning has a decent week. But I'm and Allen Robinson, he's been tearing it up lately. Going Victoria's Secret.
Statman.
I like Victoria's Secret to get the win here. Allen Robinson has been top 5 wide receiver lately. Got Danny Woodhead. LeGarrette Blount has been doing nothing lately.
Nothing.
But Eli Manning is getting carried by Odell Beckham. Julius Thomas has been good, catching passes, Blake Bortles. I like Victoria's Secret to get the win.
I'm going Victoria's Secret as well.
What?
I'm done taking myself. Historically, it's a bad call. I would have won $50 had I not just believed in myself. I would have believed in other people. I would have won $50 from this pool pick. And just for the record, everyone, I don't know if you can see this. You can't. But we do write down our picks ahead of time, and the stat man just kept changing them on us today. It's crazy.
Changed 3 of them. I had to go back in and change my fantasy pool picks. I forgot to save them last week, which eliminated me from winning it, but I wouldn't have won it anyway, so it's all good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, playoffs are here. Have fun with it. If you're in the toilet bowl, don't forget it does mean something. Having those college picks is a good reason why. the Pandas are in the playoffs this year instead of in the toilet bowl again.
Yeah.
I mean, college draft picks being able to bring them into the league and get the fresh new talent. So, get them in. It's a good time. Also, be thinking of any changes or anything you'd like to see in the league, because we'll be having those meetings when the season's over, so might as well start thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Stay safe this holiday season. Remember, if you get hungry later, eat something. Good night.
Good night. We'll see you next week.